Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you're here. First off, I want to say thank you to all the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to anyone who comes in to check out my knife, my EDC content. I really appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance and you're so inclined, if you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon, it really helps me out. And finally, I'd like to like to shake him too, but I'd like to thank my local buddy, A to Z EDC. He hangs out with me at blade shows, collects knives with me, and allows me to bring some knives in here to share with you guys. And the knife that we're going to be talking about today is from A to Z EDC's collection. If you get a chance, give him a follow over on Instagram. He's got some really cool stuff. Really cool knives. We kind of have different collecting tastes, and we collect some of the same stuff, but it definitely opens my eyes to some different things, like some flipper tab knives that I wouldn't normally look for. So this knife here, if you can see the logo on the blade, you've got two airplanes, and this is the Wingman knives, and it is the Jett model, Jett. It is a Dustin Turpin design. I'm not that familiar with Dustin Turpin, but the finish is a little unique. Instead of being a raw titanium, they call it a frosted titanium. And then it's got this frosted titanium hollow ground Tanto blade. So you've got a compound grind, hollow here, thick flat here, beautiful swedge. Beautiful harpoon. Got a little couple of blood grooves there. And you've got this nice hand satin on all the flats. So all your angles have that frosted satin. And then you've got this hand satin on the flats. And then frosted titanium. Nice full-size backspacer. When I say full-size, about quarter the size. You've got an integrated lanyard loop there. You've got a titanium mill clip that works very well, that mounts from the inside. You do have on this knife and with this knife proprietary hardware. So it comes with a little bomb looking tool. You'll notice here you've got these three little chigamados. And the same thing on the body screws, on the back side of the pivot. So if I was going to go negative out of the gate, I hate things with proprietary pivots because, again, if you lose it or if you break it, you're screwed. So I'm not a big fan in that, but it looks pretty cool. The tool itself is pretty cool. I don't have it here, but yeah, it's one thing I would have liked to have seen. Even if they kept the same pattern, you could still have your Torx inside. I know it would take a little bit away from the design, but I think it would be well worth it from a maintenance and ease of adjustment standpoint. So this knife is incredibly sharp. Even though the geometry is set up to me to be very aggressive with that Tanto tip, that's that front bevel. That's the hollow grind. Front. Whoop. Very, very pokey. Very, very stabby. You've got that reverse poon, which if you're going in, you've got jimping right here. So you've got really two grips for this knife. You've got this back, what I would call kind of a combat grip or a fighting grip, if you will. But then you've got this trigger that I use as a choil, basically. And then this harpoon really comes in handy. So when I'm up here making cuts, it might be a little much to be back here where I can use this whole poon area where the harpoon is, even though I think it's just there for looks. is actually very functional. Drop shut, bearing action, perfectly centered, frame lock. You've got wonderful jimping on your flipper tab here. I don't know if you can see that, but I can light switch it, or I can push button it. It flies out with a lot of snap. There's no way to really get a reverse finger flick off of it or front flip on it, so it is just a traditional flipper. But as I've kind of grown in my hobby, kind of collecting, liking, disliking different things, I went through a phase where I did not care much for flipper tabs because I'd been using them all along. Once I learned a reverse finger flick, I wanted that to be everything. But now that I'm starting to get back into noticing the stylistic lines of the designer, of the artist, I can see why, this knife being one of them, it looks so angular and so nice closed because you don't have anything here to deal with. Carries in the pocket very well. Very thin profile, or I guess you'd say small profile, and then snaps forward to reveal just a very aggressive point, very aggressive blade. Something unique like I've never seen before. One of the reasons I really like it. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons and get some dimensions, since this is more of a show and tell. So it's going to be right around the size of a bug out. A little bit bigger than the bug out, a good bit smaller than the PM2, a lot smaller than the PM2, but right in there, about a 1/4 inch smaller than our bug out. So if we were going to put a tape measure to that, we would learn that this knife comes in right at 7.5. Let's see, yes, a little bit over 7.5 inches overall. The blade is going to be right a little bit over 3.25, with a combined cutting area of 3 inches even. The handle is going to be 4.25. The inside grip number 1 is going to be 3.5. That is from right here to right here. That's 3.5 inches. Grip number 2, the forward grip that I use, is 4.5. That is from right here to right here. And then let's get, you'll notice it's very tactical and has what I would consider a robust blade. Very robust tip because you've got the swedge and you've got the compound grind. 0.1595. This is a hollow grind again. 0.0235 up front. 0.0275. And then our overall thickness of the handle is going to come in right over a 1/2 inch at 0.52. But yeah, guys, I think this is a knife I did not even know existed. I would have never known it existed. I don't think they're still in production. I think this is a secondary market thing. I was on Wingman's website to learn a little bit about this, the M390, what they call this titanium, and to see if there was any designer because it was so new, so unique. And there is. It's Dustin Turpin, but a beautiful, beautiful design with a very ergonomical handle, a couple of unique grips, and a Tanto tip like I've never seen before, guys. This is the Wingman Jett, Jett. It is a delightful frame lock from Wingman Knives. But guys, I appreciate you checking out the video. I always appreciate you coming to the channel. I ask you, if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button, give me a like or a dislike, but most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate. I love each and every one of you. Peace.